Good afternoon. My name is Rachel Okello and I'm a specialist immigration solicitor based at Rogel Solicitors in the Jewry Quarter in Birmingham. And today I want to talk to you about my recent visit down to North Kensington in London, to the Grenfell Tower area, and to some of the issues that have arisen, which are immigration issues that have arisen and can affect some of the people in that area. And the first issue that has possibly arisen is the death that's there and the chaos that's there. And this has led to people, particularly who have irregular immigration status, to be concerned about their future. And what the government has tried to do immediately to alleviate any immediate fears is they have actually implemented a policy of what people are calling a 12-month amnesty, which I was able to go and speak to the Home Office representative, and so I'm not going to call it an amnesty because I don't quite think it is, but what's being called as a 12-month amnesty for people who don't have their papers regularised, who are affected by the disaster, and the Home Office Minister's statement refers specifically to people who survived or residents of the Grenfell Tower itself, or the immediate area around it, which is the Grenfell Walk area. So Grenfell Tower and Grenfell Walk. And people who are resident survivors who live in that area are eligible to 12 months stay, is the best word I can use, or dispensation, special dispensation, where they will not be required to leave the United Kingdom for the next 12 months. And during this time, they're able to access all the benefits which are available for anybody who has their leave to remain. I would say who really has indefinite leave to remain or who is British, because typically, unless you have indefinite leave to remain or unless you're British, you can't normally access benefits. But this particular stay, which has been given to people, allows them to access benefits that they would have ordinarily, that any British citizen can access. So they can access all the benefits which have been made available to the survivors and the residents in that area. However, I did learn that they will not be able to work, which I found that to be a bit concerning. I thought it was a leave to remain because that's what it's referred to, but it's not actually leave to remain, because it does say, at least the Home Office representative said, that the people who benefit from this won't be able to work. How do you get this benefit then? You would have to go to the Westway Centre, and the Home Office are there, and you have until the 31st of August. They're there now, but if they move, then I suppose there'll be another arrangement for you to be able to meet a Home Office person. But you have to make this application by the 31st of August. I did have a look at the application form. It's not very arduous. It's a 4-page form, and it's a 4-page form, and you have to fill out minimal details about yourself, to be fair, about the fact that you lived in the tower, you live in the immediate area, and any dependents that you have, your name and your new details have to be completed. And once you are validated as somebody, or verified as somebody who lived in that area and who's eligible for this dispensation, then you'll get that for the next 12 months. The other thing that I found to be concerning was that I wanted to know, and it's particularly important for people who don't have their papers, is to know whether they can extend that 12-month period. And the Home Office weren't able to give a clear answer on that issue. The Home Office representative wasn't able to give a clear answer. And I have to say the government statement doesn't give a clear answer either, which is concerning, because I had thought, well, at least if people can get their 12 months stay and then extend it, at least they'll be put on a path to settlement in the United Kingdom and be able to regularise their status going forward. So they can't necessarily extend their stay after the 12 months, but the Home Office representative said, and it is the case, it's better to try to extend your stay before the 12 months expires. I also learned that people who have an application in the Home Office, or people who have leave to remain but don't have access to benefits, can also apply for this 12-month special leave so that they can access benefits which they ordinarily wouldn't be able to access. So if you have an application in the Home Office, you can also apply for this 12 months benefit. I would advise, and I know there's a lot of, there's apparently, I'm told, a lot of solicitors who are able to give free advice in that area. I would advise people to get advice first, particularly if they already have leave to remain or if they already have an application in the Home Office, to get advice before actually taking up this 12-month special dispensation, to ensure that it doesn't affect any claim to leave to remain that you would have, or it doesn't break any leave to remain and put you in a worse position than you would have been if you had not applied for it. So that's what people can do if they are really stuck in their immigration status. If they don't have leave to remain, they can apply for that special dispensation. If, as some people may have lost a relative in the fire, you can also make an application through the normal course, and if you're not in that specific Grenfell Tower, Grenfell Walk area, you can make an application for the Home Office to consider your case on compassionate grounds, and that will be based on what you've experienced during the period and after the period of the fire. So compassionate grounds. If you're somebody who is married to, or you came here and you are on a spousal visa, so you have limited leave to remain as a spouse, and your husband or wife has died at all in the fire or related to the fire, or has died in generally, if it's a general application, it's not specific to Grenfell Tower, then if you're on a spousal visa and your husband or wife has died, then you can make an application for indefinite leave to remain. You don't have to wait for the 5-year or 2.5-year probationary period to finish. You can actually make an application for indefinite leave to remain. And equally, if you are a child and you were dependent on your parents' visa to be in the United Kingdom, then the adult in charge will be able to make an application to either extend the stay for indefinite leave to remain, or to make another application based on compassionate grounds. And I'd like to say that I am concerned that there seems to be a general feeling that there was a lot of illegal immigration going on in the Grenfell Tower area. And I'm not subscribing to that view at all. I'm not saying whether there was a lot of illegal migration or not a lot of illegal migration. I'm just sharing this information for people who need it. I don't want us to draw any specific conclusions about people's immigration status who lived in the tower, but I think it is useful generally for people to know and to be able to share the information which is necessary for people to have a more stress-free understanding of their immigration situation. So I'm available for free initial assessments of people's cases, whether you are a resident of the Grenfell Tower area or anybody around the United Kingdom. We take instructions nationally and internationally, and you can contact our office on 0121 3894 895. You can, of course, follow us on Facebook, and we're Rogols, ROGOLS, Immigration Experts. We're also on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And you can call us between the hours of 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. We'll be happy to speak with you. Thank you very much for listening, and have a good day.